16.5 billion shilling budget to run the council in the financial year 2012-2013.
This will be the last budget by local government authorities before rollout of county assemblies after the next poll. Last month, it emerged that lawmakers were plotting a hefty send-off package, and city fathers have taken the cue.
The MPs have been promised to be given some 15 million as they go home. Civic leaders, having also been elected as the president and the MPs, are also given something to go home.
What then is a fitting send-off for councillors?
That every councillor must be given 2 million as he goes home.
Should acting local government minister Fred Gumo convince the cabinet to okay the councillors' demands, taxpayers will fork a minimum of 5 billion shillings to pay an estimated 2,500 elected councillors countrywide. I sought public opinion to see whether it resonates with the councillors' idea to be paid 2 million shillings in gratuity.
That's like robbery, broad daylight. The 2 million should be diverted to some other projects so that it helps to the poor and the youths who are jobless.
Ile makosi tu ya council mnajua ni ile corruption yao ya mabnoti, lakini bure ikiomba pesa milioni 2 hiyo anafaa sauri yani binata.
I spent so much on fundraisings, on social welfare for the people. So at least I think because they've worked, they need a send-off.
On budgetary estimates, City Hall plans to spend 15.5 billion shillings in the next financial year. Out of this, 4.4 billion shillings is expected to come from the central government, while 11 billion shillings will be realized from local collections.
Yale madeni ambayo tunadai kutoka kwa mashirika mbalimbali, tungelitaka walipe hizo deni, na tutaregesha kamba yetu kuona kwamba mtu yote na deni ya baraza alipe. Na tutaki kujua ni ministry na gani ama wewe ni nani.
City Hall has set aside 1 million shillings for each ward to be used as education bursaries for needy students. On its budget, the City Council of Kisumu had an expenditure surplus of 400 million shillings. The council plans to clear all its debts before onset of county governments after the coming polls. Patrick Amimo, KTN Prime.
Just before we take this break, a reminder of tonight's big question. Do you believe claims by MPs that drug cartels caused Saitoti and Ojode plane crash?
Send your brief comments beginning with a yes or a no to our SMS number 8040. We will sample some of your comments at the end of this live newscast. You are watching KTN Prime, and just ahead,
what you need to become a pilot. And that's on KTN Career Special shortly.
Across Africa. Insurance, investment management, property investment, and financial advisory. UAP, better, simple life.
Kunawa mikono kwa kwa sabuni kunaweza zuia kuhara kwa 50% na maambukizi ya shida ya kupumua kwa 25%. Ni wakati upi unafaa kunawa mikono? Unaweza kuwa bingwa kwa kunawa mikono pia. Nawa mikono kwa kutumia sabuni.
Ujumbe huu wa afya ya umma umeletwa kwako na Dettol ikishirikiana na Kenya Medical Association. Nawa mikono, okoa maisha.
And now, introducing another one. Triple distilled Crescent Vodka, now available from the home of quality. Truly Kenyan.
Freshmatic. Just set the timer and it releases bursts of fresh fragrance automatically and brightens your home. Something in the Airwick.
Niambie siri yako wewe. Siri gani?
Zoya Sugar, sweetening Kenya since 1978.
Better Healthy Hands, Lesson 3.
Do you know that the germs we pick up every day can make us ill? To stay healthy, we need to protect ourselves by washing our hands regularly. First, wet your hands and apply Dettol soap. Then rub your hands together. Scrub the front and back of your hands and scrub between fingers. Do these for about 20 seconds and rinse your hands well with running water.
Mom, today we learned how to fight germs with Dettol soap. Good health starts with healthy hands.
Escape to a world of freshness. A clean, happy place full of hope. This is a life full of flavor. So enjoy good health.
You belong to me.
And new beginnings.
And I belong to you.
Welcome to Pwani Life.
Come guys, night is the perfect time to spread malaria. All clear!
The majority of malaria bites occur at night when the effect of ordinary repellents wears off.
Not in my house.
New Mortein Doom liquid mosquito repellent with its deep reach action knocks down tough mosquitoes and drives them from their hiding, giving you continuous protection for 60 nights from mosquitoes that spread malaria. Night after night after night. Now get a free refill with each complete pack.
The Kabarak University Half Marathon will be held on 30th June 2012 in Mogotio town. The race begins from 6 a.m. at the equator and finishes at the Kabarak University grounds. Registration is 300 shillings for the 21-kilometer half marathon, 1,000 shillings for the 5-kilometer corporate race, and 100 shillings for the children's race. You can register at all transnational bank branches. Mobile World offices, and CAS offices, North Rift. Registration closes on 25th June. There are great cash prizes and heifers to be won. Proceeds from the marathon will help support Ngata Baby Care for abandoned children. Kabarak University, world-class education in biblical perspective.
Every day our hands pick and transfer germs from different surfaces to us. Even hands that look clean can have lots of unseen germs. Kids, go wash your hands now. And because soaps are usually shared by more than one person, they can become dirty, leading to multiple germ transfer. That's why I prefer to use Dettol Liquid Hand Wash. Every drop is pure because it's untouched by other hands. Dettol Liquid Hand Wash gives 10 times more protection against germs that cause diarrhea and other infectious diseases, leaving hands hygienically clean. For a healthy family, use Dettol Antibacterial Hand Wash. Dettol, endorsed by the Kenyan Medical Association. Be 100% sure.
Cities were growing by the day. But as the new buildings grew taller, the roads surrounding them just couldn't keep up. Then along came the Michelin Man, reminding us that the right tire changes everything. Stronger, more durable, the Michelin Energy XM2 tire is more resistant to pothole damage. Michelin, a better way forward.
For more information on pothole guarantee, call Kingsway Tire Expert Centers countrywide.
Join us at the Hilton Hotel on Saturday, 30th June from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Our theme is Achieving Prosperity. Come get enlightened by, among others, Reverend Kathy Kuna of JCC Church, speaking on God Desires Prosperity for All, Sumuraya Director, Suraya Properties, on the promise of home ownership, and Susie Wakabi, founder of Susie Beauty Cosmetics, on enhancing beauty with makeup. Entry is only 500 shillings. Come, meet and bond with the Eve sisters.
Welcome back to KTN Prime. We're glad you're still watching.
Well, police are holding 2 musicians for allegedly producing songs with inflammatory messages. According to the National Cohesion and Integration Commission, the legal department there, Kamande Wakioi and John DeMatthew were taken to the Kilimani police station immediately after they appeared before the NCIC to write statements. Police are also looking for Migai Wajoroge, who did not appear before NCIC. The NCIC was responding to a complaint lodged against 3 songs by the 3 artists. On Tuesday, the NCIC hired the services of a certified translator to interpret the 3 vernacular songs and to determine whether, as claimed, the songs contain tribal, divisive, and inflammatory messages. Radio stations risk being fined 1 million shillings if found guilty of playing inciting music, while the artist faces up to 3 years in prison or a fine of 1 million shillings, or both, if found guilty. Vice President Kalonzo Musyoka is confident that his Wiper Democratic movement is poised to form the next government. Kalonzo was speaking during a peace meeting in Bura and said that his party is ready to work with other parties that share in his party's vision. URP leader William Ruto was at the same function and said that their unity is not meant to prevent any individual from ascending to power. At a separate function in Kakamega, the Prime Minister, Raila Odinga, said Kenya's destiny lies in the full implementation and adherence to the Constitution.
Prime Minister Raila Odinga has reiterated his call on electing leaders who will ensure the implementation of the new constitution, adding that Kenya can only break from the past by ridding herself of bad leadership that is a major obstacle to economic growth.
It is the mediocrity with which Africa has been led since independence that is responsible for our backwardness.
Vice President Kalonzo Musyoka now says his Wiper Democratic Party is determined to form the next government in partnership with other parties that espouse similar ideology and development programs. The Vice President, who was in Tana River accompanied by URP party leader William Ruto, supported his ideology by saying the next government, which he hopes to lead, will concentrate on promoting peace and national unity as a means of accelerating economic growth.
Sisi ni kitu kimoja, kama ambavyo wenzangu wamesema, hatuna uhasama na yeyote.
Ruto put it clear that peace is necessary if the country's economy is to prosper. He also denied claims that G7's only agenda is to prevent Prime Minister Raila Odinga from ascending to power.
Sisi muungano wetu ni kwa sababu tunataka kuzuia njaa na kuzuia umaskini na kuondoa mambo yale ya ukosefu wa usalama.
Joy Doreen Bira, KTN Prime.
Most professionals spend their working day in offices, but pilots spend their working hours in the cockpit. The profession elicits curiosity, interest, prestige, and even phobia among a host of other emotions. On KTN's new segment featuring careers, Asha Mulu brings us a day in the life of a Kenyan pilot.
My name is Nilesh Dodia. I'm a captain with Kenya Airways. I'm married. I have 2 sons, and I live in Nairobi, happily married. I am a Kenyan by birth, 3rd generation, and I was born actually in Nairobi on 21st December 1973, so coming close to 40 years now.
At 6 a.m. on a Wednesday morning, we meet one of Kenya Airways' top pilots. With a half-hour drive to the Jomo Kenyatta International Airport, Captain Nilesh Dodia ushers us into a day in his life.
Mentally, of course, I'm getting prepared for the flight. Hopefully I've seen who my crew are.
But before we embark on our journey from Nairobi to Lusaka, Zambia via Malawi's capital city, Lilongwe, Captain Dodia undertakes the most crucial part of the flight, a thorough safety procedure.
If you follow procedures, you might not ever come into the situation where you actually come into a tight corner, and therefore you always will make sure that your flight will be safe. You take off safely and you land safely.
After all is set, one of the toughest stages of the flight begins. Takeoff.
Ladies and gentlemen, good morning to all of you. From the flight, your captain, my name is Nilesh Dodia, and it's a pleasure to have been aboard a Boeing 737. And I do request all of you, for your own safety and concern, please have your seatbelt fastened at all times.
This is wonderful. I mean, here we are in a modern aircraft, with 113 passengers with us, and it's an amazing feeling. What passengers see from their windows is very limited, but what we get to see the view, it's an amazing view.
The pilot's job, however, is not just flying. He has to check in on his passengers to make sure they are comfortable in the back.
As soon as you take off, or the doors are closed, this is the family I have on board. The crew, the cabin crew, and myself and my first officer, this is one big family. So it is very important for them to be informed of what's happening at all times.
We just got to the Kamuzu International Airport in Malawi's capital city of Lilongwe, and what Captain Dodia is doing now is going around his plane, checking, just doing a safety precaution, making sure that everything is on check, everything is fine, refueling, because the next stop is Lusaka and he won't have a lot of time. He only has about 15 minutes before he has to take off again.
On average, it takes about 1 year to train a pilot in Kenya. But if one attains their flying license anywhere else, they would still need to sit extra exams to get a Kenyan license. This takes about 6 months.
You first have to be a bit intelligent, clever, because the minimum grade that Kenya actually looks for is actually a B grade. You have to have very good marks in maths, English, and physics. Geography would be a much bigger added advantage, of course.
And for Captain Dodia, the journey has not been a walk in the park.
Finished Form 4 and then actually got a job as a sales boy in a shop in town. Used to get earning about 6,000 shillings a month. And when I started flying, I used to pay about 5,000 shillings for 1 hour. So my 1 month salary used to go just in 1 hour, blown away.
A pilot can fly a maximum of 10.5 hours a day, and in the longest flights, such as Nairobi to Bangkok or Nairobi to London, the pilot would have to rest for a day or two before the next takeoff. So in a career that warrants such high discipline and impressive grades, what's the most vital advice for those planning to join the aviation field?
It's a fantastic job actually. You have to love what you do. If you're only doing it for the reason that, oh, so-and-so became a pilot, and also I want to, then it doesn't pay, because after some time you'll get bored.
But even with 10,500 hours flying time to show for his 11 years experience with Kenya Airways, for Captain Dodia, each flight brings a new experience. For KTN, I'm Asha Mwilu.
Well, we go to a break now, but KTN Business Today after the break.
Join us at the Hilton Hotel on Saturday, 30th June from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Our theme is Achieving Prosperity. Come get enlightened by, among others, Reverend Kathy Kuna of JCC Church, speaking on God Desires Prosperity for All, Sumuraya Director, Suraya Properties, on the promise of home ownership, and Susie Wakabi, founder of Susie Beauty Cosmetics, on enhancing beauty with makeup. Entry is only 500 shillings. Come, meet and bond with the Eve sisters.
Little Healthy Hands, Lesson 1.
Do you know that germs are tiny, harmful, living things? Do you know that right now your hands are full of these harmful germs? That's why you need to fight them by bathing and washing our hands regularly with Dettol.
Mom, today we learned how to fight germs with Dettol soap. Good health starts with healthy hands.
Hi, I'm Ivy. I'm 14 years old and I'm in Form 1. I love playing basketball and to be a pediatrician. The reason why I want to be a pediatrician is because I love helping children. BIC is my choice because I need it to write my future.
Think big, write big.
This year, it's time to go big. Enjoy unbelievable discounts on home furniture, furnishings and decor. Get your dream bathroom at rock bottom prices, or even transform your office with big bargains. There's only one sale, the big annual sale at the Talent Carpet Center.
Kunawa mikono kwa sabuni kunaweza zuia kuhara kwa 50% na maambukizi ya shida ya kupumua kwa 25%. Ni wakati upi unafaa kunawa mikono? Unaweza kuwa bingwa kwa kunawa mikono pia. Nawa mikono kwa kutumia sabuni.
Ujumbe huu wa afya ya umma umeletwa kwako na Dettol ikishirikiana na Kenya Medical Association. Nawa mikono, okoa maisha.
Herbal Betasil medicated lozenges. Fast, effective and soothing action for sore throats.
A sore throat can be so uncomfortable and just makes you miserable, making swallowing painful, talking a bother and even singing stressful. When you have a sore throat, take it easy. Ensure you take plenty of fluids and remember, always, when symptoms persist, seek medical advice.
Now introducing 2 new Betasil flavors, Betasil Menthol and Betasil Peppermint.
What if there was a way to capture the essence of nature's fresh scent? Now you can. Introducing new Airwick Aquamist. Unlike other aerosols, its propellant-free trigger mist fragrances inspired by the freshest places on Earth. Airwick Aquamist is also safe to use on fabrics. Airwick Aquamist. Release the freshness of nature in your home.
Some whitening, just use a little jig and some water. With jigs, 101 uses, all your cleaning troubles are over. Is there a dirty floor stain that's frightening, or a muddy mess left by your daughter? Is your stove no longer so shiny, or your grill is dirty as ever? Just jig it. There are 101 uses. Just jig it. It makes cleaning your job. Just jig it. Hey, you better go get it. Just jig it.
Jig whitens whites, removes stains, and kills germs. Now try all 101 uses of Jig. Jig, now in an attractive new pack. Just Jig it.
Well, did you know that a civil servant who wants to vie for a position in the upcoming general election must resign his or her position at least 7 months before that general election? Did you also know that all political aspirants should cease participating in Harambees at least 8 months before the general election? Well, join me, Efe Hunja, as I pursue this and other issues this week on Countdown with the IEBC.
Welcome to KTN Business Today. Here's to mobile subscribers holding counterfeit handsets. You just have a little over 3 months to acquire a genuine handset or risk having your SIM card deactivated. This is after breathing a sigh of relief when legal hurdles as well as lack of sensitization that saw the Communications Commission of Kenya suspend deactivation of fake phones. Subscribers have until 30th of September to ensure they have genuine handsets. Michael Karanja with the details.
The Communications Commission of Kenya says it will not relent on its quest to disconnect about 2.4 million mobile phone subscribers using fake mobile handsets by the end of September. The Commission has postponed the move 3 times in September and December last year, as well as April this year, attributing it to logistical challenges, which it now says have been resolved.
We have the law now. As you recall, some lawyers were questioning whether you can legally do that. Under the Finance Act, we sneaked in actually, that is what we did. We sneaked in the law.
At the same time, the Ministry of Information and Communications has stressed it will be enforcing the SIM card registration in a bid to monitor incidents of incitement and hate speech in the run-up to the general elections. The ministry is also stepping up activities to monitor emails as well as communications on social media and blogs as it seeks to ensure security is maintained in the country.
It's not only SMSs. We know people communicate through Twitter. Indeed, if you talk to MNOs, they will tell you that revenue from SMS is going down as people are using tweets.
The police say the next step will be to enforce the law to crack down on people dealing with counterfeit phones. Michael Karanja, KTN Business Today.
Kenya today signed a framework agreement for a concessional loan amounting to approximately 6.4 billion shillings with the Chinese government for the national optic fiber backbone infrastructure and e-government expansion projects. Now, the loan brings China's development assistance to Kenya to 109.43 billion shillings. Philip Keitani with the details.
Today's signing is expected to pave way for a loan agreement whose draft is under review by the two governments. The proceeds of the agreement will go to the construction of a fiber link to Nairobi from 7 provincial headquarters via broadband. as well as connect 36 administrative district centers with large area network with a national backbone.
Loans that we get from the government of China are concessional, and they are for periods between 15 and 20 years.
Once completed, it is expected to provide a faster, reliable, stable and efficient basic communication network for the government and Kenyan citizen. The project implementation is also expected to improve quality of the public service delivery through e-government.
We have indicated to the government of China our still huge infrastructure deficit that would require to continue to partner in road development.
So far, China has funded a number of projects in the country, key among them road network, Kenyatta University Teaching Research and Referral Hospital Project, and the Olkaria Geothermal Field Production Wells Drilling Project, among others. Philip Keitany for KTN Business Today.
Following the escalation of the Eurozone crisis and stagnation in some BRIC countries, it has now emerged that Kenya is looking away from its traditional trade partners for future investments. While KTN's Boni Tunya recently attended a St. Petersburg Economic Forum in Russia and explores this new trend.
For investors and analysts at the St. Petersburg Economic Forum, the changing fortunes of many economic powers in Europe have resulted in the formation of new alliances for self-preservation.
Whether we're talking about political evolution in Russia or economic development in Africa, there remains a clear overemphasis on current difficulties and constraints and an underappreciation of the pace and magnitude of modernisation and change.
And while Europe is trying hard to put its house in order, African economies have been caught up in a tough situation in choosing trading partners, especially now that the world has turned its attention to Africa, especially in regards to her rich natural resource reserves, and Russia is one such investment destination that Kenya is now keen on.
We have many things to borrow in terms of investment, and as you heard, this is a market of 145 million people. There is appetite for African products in terms of fruits, in terms of tea.
Prime Minister Raila Odinga, who represented the country in the economic talks, affirms that it is time the country sought alternative markets for tourism as Kenya's source markets continue to face the brunt of the Eurozone crisis.
Infrastructure basically opens up the country to investments. But thereafter, of course, then there has to be investments, which will then create sustainable jobs in the country. Here, for example, you talk about trading flowers, because as you know, we produce a lot of flowers, and we could produce more if we had got to bigger markets. So here is a very big market, this is one area. And the other one is tourism.
However, for this to happen, Kenya must strive to build competitive advantage in tourism and horticulture sectors, as well as explore other non-traditional areas of trade.
Now, I'm at the Cathedral Square, the place where the church and the state meet at the Kremlin. Now, this place received about 2 million tourists every year, the number that Kenya is trying to make in just one whole year, coming from all the airports and entry zones to the country.
Currently, Kenya exports 5 billion shillings worth of cut flowers and tea to Russia via Netherlands, while it imports about 9 billion shillings worth of steel and other commodities from Russia, a trade balance that is healthy compared to what currently stands between, say, Kenya and China.
Now, I'm at the Sky Street in Russia's capital of Moscow. Now, for this kind of infrastructure to be replicated in Nairobi, we need time, resources, but most importantly, a will to do this. For KTN Business, I'm Boni Tunya in Moscow, Russia.
Thank you very much, Boni Tunya. Perhaps traders will want to not only look east, but also Eastern Europe as well. Let's now have a look at how the markets performed in our financial markets review.
Gold Rush in association with Kenya's migration to digital television.
The red singlets of Kenya are relentless foot soldiers. The greatest endurance nation of the modern Olympics has a stunning list of current gold medal prospects. Here's just some of them. But while the Kenyan men have been growing ever stronger, a new power has risen in athletics: the Kenyan women. Heading an imposing list is Vivian Cheriot. Cheriot was the Laureus Sportswoman of the Year for 2011, after winning the 5,000 metres and the 10,000 metres double at the World Championships.
I don't imagine that I'm going to live this life, but thank you so much, because I know you are the one who chosen me today to be a winner. Thank you so much.
The nation on the equator showed the world its running power, with 6 gold medals in Beijing. They were followed by 7 more at the World Championships in Daegu. Even back then, they were already talking London.
I don't plan about London, but I hope it will come. You know, I cannot plan something which is ahead next year, but I hope my body will be the same next year, and I'm going to try my best, because that is the main medal that I don't have in championships.
I'm looking forward to racing next year in London Olympic Games. That's my motivation to race again next year.
800-metre world champion and world record holder David Rudisha will be one of the faces of the London Games.
It's time to migrate your analog TV to the beautiful new world of digital television. Digital TV, a beautiful new world of entertainment. That may be good enough for these gems, but gems are getting tougher. You need advanced protection. Lifebuoy Advanced Lifebuoy gives protection against 10 infection-causing germs. 10 infection-causing germs. 1 advanced protection. Lifebuoy.
dem na chali, cause tuseme dem amepata pregnant kwa mdogo, labda kuna zile goals alikuwa ameset, but yo pregnant imemwaffect.
It's gonna affect both the chick and the guy. For the guy, because of the bill that was passed, he can't run away from his responsibilities. He'll have to take care of the kid, and that's going to be hard for him.
Unplanned pregnancy will affect both of them, because let's say, for example, the chick is maybe in high school or college, so she'll have to drop out to take care of the kids. And also, maybe the boy won't be ready.
And it's indeed now time for sports. I'm Nicholas Mudimba. The Kenya Olympic team has vowed to forge ahead with its preparations for the London Olympic Games, despite an incident with one of the Team Kenya athlete, Ezekiel Kimboi. And as Sadiq Shaban reports, They are worried the world champion may miss the Olympic Games.
The Kenya Olympic team, selected just 5 days ago, has received the news about the arraignment in court of one of its key members, Ezekiel Kemboi, with a shock and regret, according to the head coach, Julius Kirwa.
We are still waiting for the information so that we can carry on with our training, because we don't know what happened up to now, but we are waiting for those who knows about it to come and tell us. But the camp is going on very well.
The jovial and cheerful world champion in 3,000 meters steeplechase was in good moods the last time he was seen in public, and had spoken to KTN about its hopes after the Olympic Games.
Is 2012 the year that is the year for Ezekiel Kemboi, hopefully, do you think?
I think this is my last time in track. I think next year I'll be in marathon, so I think I want to try my best in London to win.
Are you hold on 1 minute, Ezekiel. Are you saying that after London 2012 you're switching to marathon?
Yeah, I think so. I think I'll teach that in the coach. Thanks.
The two-time world champion and 2004 Olympic gold medalist over the same distance is by far the